Good morning, super friend. Happy and peaceful December to you. It is I, Corey Leland, checking in with you to speak a little bit about how maybe this Christmas season can be more meaningful for you. I say, what do you mean? It's already meaningful for me. I'm buying presents, I'm getting presents, I'm worried about affording presents. What could be more meaningful than that? Most of us celebrate Christmas as rehashing a story that happened thousands of years ago, celebrating a vast past tense, and then the superficiality of exchanging gifts and such. But rebirth, spiritual rebirth, using the message of Christmas as a symbol of rebirth. For example, you take the attitude of Mary and you cultivate the willingness to have the Christ Spirit of God. It's the Spirit of God in you. The message is the kingdom of heaven is within you. But we need to become aware and know that truth so that truth can make us free. There is a message in a teaching. It's not just a story that you agree with. Wouldn't that be great if all you had to do was say a few magic words and you're done? I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior. Okay, great. Say that. But there's a whole message. There's a whole curriculum and practice that you got to be practicing and knowing. A truth you need to be knowing so it can make you free. So the willingness of Mary is very significant to have that Christ spirit be born into the manger of human consciousness. Now, if you don't know, the manger is a little feeding trough where they keep the animals in the barn. There was no room at the inn, so they had to stay in the manger, in the barn where the manger was. And human consciousness is the lowest place, and it's been said, the lowest place in the entire universe. The consciousness of the human that feels separate from God, everyone and everything. It's walled off by flesh and thinks that it's separate from the omnipresence of God. And that's the hypnotism, the matrix, the illusion. It tells us that we're just temporary, separate, vulnerable, doomed, sinful, dying, pathetic flesh puppets in a world of corruption, chaos, and ultimately disease and death. So, Christmas season can be a reminder that we are to prepare and, as Mary, be willing to have that Christ spirit be born more and more into our awareness. It's a rebirth, which, of course, is also the message of Easter, but it's really all the same message, dying to the false sense of self. And again, that's why Jesus says, if you want to follow me into heaven, not to a government captured agency church unless you need a bake sale or babysitting, or you want to find a potential love partner. It might be good to go to church. You need a concert, okay, but home study is required, and the willingness to get quiet inside, where he says, take no thought. It's quieting the mind. It's be still and know I in the midst of you am God. And through that inner stillness, you gradually, slowly die. You pick up your cross, as he says, and you deny the false sense of self. This is a rebirth into the awareness that, oh, I am spirit. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Is not someone that lived 2,000 years ago or might be coming back in another 10, 15,000 years. He says, I will never leave you. How can you believe that God says, I will never leave you nor forsake you, and yet you're looking at your, when is he coming back? Checking the calendar, he's got to be coming back. That I am within you is the way, the truth, and the life eternal. And this Christmas season, can you be willing to be that place right into your mortal human consciousness where you're willing to, as the Apostle Paul says, die daily to the false belief that you're a physical body in a world of time. Time is the illusion. Time is not where God is. God is not in the time world. That's why all these horrible things seem to happen. It's a dream. It's a bad dream. And in the story of Adam and Eve, it says Adam fell into a deep sleep, and there's never any reference to him waking up. And so then you got Eve coming from a rib, and Noah's Ark, and Jonah in the whale, and all of these dreams and nightmares, David and Goliath. The whole Bible is a story of dreams, or at least a lot of it is. So we want to awaken from the dream, and the awakening is to be rebirthed, be reborn into the awareness of yourself as spirit. And that requires a kind of crucifixion. It's not literal. Jesus didn't say pick up your cross because he wants you to nail yourself to some wood. And that brings up a point. I mean, Armageddon, as it says, the end of the world, the destruction. And I've never studied Islam, but the whole term about jihad, where they misinterpret it to be out killing people. And then I've heard like people misinterpret, I'm sure it must be a misinterpretation of the Talmud. I've never studied the Talmud, but they claim, oh, Jews want to kill everybody that's not Jews. Same as jihad, same as Armageddon, same as Jesus saying, if you want to follow me, deny yourself and pick up your cross. It's all symbology. It's not meant to be taken literally. It's an internal battle that between the flesh and the spirit, and ultimately the willingness to have the spirit born in you, the awareness, oh, I am, there's a Christ self. It's not my mortal personal body. We're not trying to spiritualize the body or the personality, but there's a real you, a God created spiritual body in a God created realm known as the kingdom of heaven within you. And you want to seek that first, as we're instructed, and that kingdom is not of this world. So the Christ spirit is not of the human body, it's not of the flesh, which is very much of this world. And Christmas can be a reminder, a season of willingness to have that spirit born more fully into your awareness. Oh, I am spirit, I'm not a body, I'm free. That's where the freedom is, that's where the satisfaction and the fulfillment and the joy and the peace that the holidays are supposed to promise comes from. It doesn't come through the body senses. It can't come through being identified with death, which the body is death and the world is time is death. But there is an eternal realm, and that's where you do truly live. And Christmas, and then again Easter, is going to be another reminder to die to the false sense of self, to become aware of the truth, to be knowing the truth. Kingdom of heaven is within you. It's not of this world. It's not of your fleshly body. Thank God there's a real you, and it's not the body, it's not the personality, and there's a real world, and it's not this world. My kingdom, reality, identity, spiritual identity, is not of this human realm. Have a beautiful day. Merry Christmas to you.